Good morning. My name is Jürgen Manka, the head of marketing. And I want to officially welcome you to Concacaf's Let's Develop Women's Football Seminar. I'm going to leave you in the very good hands of our moderator and our host of today's event, Ms. Ann Schatz. Ann, please welcome.
Thank you very much, Jürgen. And oh boy, what a weekend we are sitting on and in here in Philadelphia. Good morning to everybody. Theater in historic Philadelphia, PA. Concacaf is absolutely delighted to have you here with us and then to have everybody joining us live. Yeah, live. Online via our website, concacaf.com. Folks can also catch us live on our official Concacaf Facebook page. Pretty darn cool and historic stuff. Or we're here virtually to take part in Concacaf's Let's Develop Women's Football. It's a weekend seminar. We've got you dialed in. We are going to take you stem to stern, A to Z, and we are going to get you involved, energized. Today, finals of the 2014 Concacaf Women's Championships. Congrats to Costa Rica and the United States, winning those thrilling matches yesterday. So they'll meet in tomorrow's finals, as you all know. And of course, Mexico, Trinidad, and Tobago will collide for third place. All of those spots either secured of serving as your MC, your traffic cop, and panel moderator. These wonderful matches back in my hometown of Portland, Oregon. I was going to be nestled on the couch, the TV, feet back, maybe having a coldie, watching the matches. And then Concacaf gives me a call. On my phone, I see reading out Cayman Islands. I'm fairly certain there's no money laundering scheme going on in my life. I know I didn't enter a cruise, but could I have won a cruise? I mean, I'm thinking Cayman Islands, what's going on? And then Natalie from couldn't get here fast enough. This is even better than a cruise, folks. I love this wonderful game of football. I know you do too. I have the good fortune, the excellent fortune of being the voice of the Portland Thorns of the NWSL back in the States, here in the States. I also work for the Pac-12 networks, calling games for their Division I member institutions in women's soccer. In other words, I'm a very, very, very lucky woman. Concacaf representatives from FIFA, FC, CONMEBOL, OFC, representatives from the 41 Concacaf member institutions and associations, and of course our Concacaf guests of honor, the elite panelists who have graciously agreed to come and be with us today to provide insight, inspiration, humor, and heart. They will tell stories. They will get us going. Speaking of heart, speaking of insight, speaking of inspiration, it is my pleasure now to introduce to you Concacaf President, Mr. Jeffrey Webb. Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, Ann, and good morning. Good morning. Okay, it's more like it. Today is in Concacaf and our confederation. Today, of course, last night we qualified 2 teams to the Women's World Cup. Costa Rica, we applaud and congratulate them. And I'm sure you join me in hoping that we get 2 more in Mexico and in Trinidad and Tobago. This, of course, for us is a special topic, women's football. Because understand that in our confederation, there's been no other confederation in the world has all been propelled investment by the vision of one member association in 1975 who enlisted a proposition called Title IX. Equal development for women and men, equal scholastics, equal opportunity. As a player back in Tampa, Florida, teams I played with, there was an agreement within the league that every single team had to have a female participation in that team up until 16 years old. And every player, male and female players, amount of games of that game. Development, inclusiveness. And here we are later, some 35 years later, 22 world championships have been played. States have won 9. 41% of the world championships played have been won by Concacaf. And if you take away the under-17 championships, the 4, it goes 50%. 9 out of 18 champions played in the history of women's. We realize that the world is catching up to us. And when we look and we see, well, we're the world champions, won more world championships than any other confederation in the world in Women's Senior World Cup. It's not true. Europe has won more, with Germany and Norway winning. So how do we make this sustainable going? How do we make the dominance that we've won in the Olympics, women world gold medal teams, under 20, sustainable? Everyone, of course, is shooting and aiming and setting its goals. We must go above and beyond. Because it's not our responsibility to look and say, we want to maintain this. No, we want to do better. The vision statement for Concacaf is educate, develop, and win. Educate, develop, and win. Develop women's football. And we know we haven't won the under-17 World Cup, but we've put plans in place. However, our under-15 women's championship won this year by Canada. Confederation championships, which allows our women team to prepare 2 years in advance for the under-17 to kickstart their development, which we envision in future that will have us winning our first ever under-17 World Championships. We need a collective effort. And the 23, we can do better. Because every single member association, all 41 member associations, should have more women's leagues. How do we help them along the way? How do we, like the one we launched in Turks and Caicos a few months ago? How do we, through our women's de-licensed coaching programs? How do we continue, and we must continue to educate and create the opportunity? Must be from a holistic standpoint. And development division. Because unfortunately for 40-something years, we didn't. Today we've run 33 programs on developing football throughout the country, throughout the 41 member associations. It's an investment. It's a partnership between Concacaf and our national associations. Today, sitting, learning from some of the best in the world, looking and watching what FIFA is doing, the great program that Japan is building. Visiting their academy a few years ago, I said, wow. And no one would dare say that that's not the future. Let's make sure that we adopt some of the best practices. And we don't only maintain and sustain, but we educate, develop, and win. Thank you all, and I will see you all throughout the day. And please, please, become the sponge that we all are. So much has gone into this event. And this is a vision of our staff. This is a vision of the club licensing division with Natalie and Andrea. We've always said that we hire good people, and I guess get the hell out of the way. So it's time for me to get.
I want to work for this guy. I want to work for you. Don't go anywhere. I got to find where you're sitting. Dang. That's what I'm talking about. That's what today's all about. That's what tomorrow morning is all about. I mean, Concacaf has set you up for memory. I'm liking that. We are a part of today. That's why this is historic. That's why this is going to be memorable. And to have representatives from our member associations in the audience makes it even more special. All right, here's the rally and what the day looks like, okay? 5 panels. All of these panels have been in mind. Maybe it's to educate or to promote, but all 5 will play a part in growing our sport, in the future of women's soccer. The 5 panels look like this: how football changed my development, host football pathways, and women's professional leagues, because that's where we're going. We're going to provide 3rd panels, give you a chance to get up, stretch your legs, make a call, check messages, grab some coffee, whatnot. And then after the 3rd panel, we will break for lunch. And in the afternoon, we'll bring this baby home. All right, does that sound good? So here's the deal. I'm going to go, while I walk,